Hello, 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 hello. And welcome to PNF, where no doubt nothing exciting will happen today. The exciting stuff all happened yesterday, and I'm sure that's why my video that went up yesterday or the day before has probably only got 500 views on it so far. So if you're watching this video but you haven't seen the video about my fantasy top 10 car garage thingy malarkey, switch this one off and watch that instead, because that's better. Or at least I presume it will be. Today you may see some of the motivation literally beaten out of me, because the task includes all of these keys just to do. That's one set, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. And there's one missing, 7. Now this is a task that I meant to do nearly a week ago, but I just didn't get around to it. That's the sound of an alarm trying to activate, I think. This clicky car here is called Rhonda. Now there's a man called Alan who's bought this car, and at some point he will come and collect it, but amongst him buying it, he's also said that he's not keen on these wheels, and I'm not inclined to disagree with him on that particular subject, but that's fine because I have a set of 17-inch straights on a car called Rhiannon that can now go on this car, because obviously it might be a bit more fitting. Rhiannon's going to go with its original 15-inch wheels, which look more suitable for the car. That obviously means I need to take Nigel's clicky cousin up to the top, but there are a couple of cars in the way. 1, 2, 3, 4. So the first car I need to move out of the way really is the Seat Ibiza, which smells like cumin seeds. I wonder if that's a Seat or Seat Ibiza thing, or is it just this particular car? A bit slow to start there. That's terrible parking. Well, it would be if I had this over here, if there was room to put the car in between, but there isn't. One of these days I'm going to do a special video for all of my OCD viewers who probably have to switch off when they see the amount of mess I've got knocking about. It isn't easy and I don't like it, but one day I'll do that. There'll be a yard transformation and the music by Elbow playing at the end, if it wasn't copywritten. I can't deal with just one problem. Knackered horse. I'm doing it again. Well, it sounds a bit like the engine's locked, but then eventually it starts. So, you know, I'm a bit concerned there might be a bit of hydrolocking going on or something like that. Well, that didn't take long, and that didn't last long, because down there is coolants. Slightly disappointing. Well, actually, being is that all I'm trying to do is move the thing so I can get that other car out down there. But that's quite... Imagine if I had to do a head gasket right here just so I could move that one. Well, that's not going to happen, is it, obviously? I've taken out that one, and you may be able to see down there it's full of water. That's not good. Water is not supposed to be down there. That area is reserved for sparks. Poor old Gladys has just had strawberry milkshake spat all over it. Yet again I'm left with one of these problems of a knackered car, a knackered horse of a car. let's hope we don't get any problems with this one or that one, because obviously that one's going to need some battery charging. Well, I was anticipating a flat battery here, and that's what I've got. See, my problem is not just cars with slightly flat batteries, but cars that end up with dead batteries. How that one's ended up so flat, I don't know, but for some reason what's happened is it's completely discharged itself over the past couple of days. That's inconvenient. Yes, thank you. This is definitely going to help. Found it. Been looking outside everywhere for this coat to stop me from getting wet. Probably just in time to stop raining, if only. Glad it's happily running now. And now I know why the battery had gone flat in the first place. Rear demister. The rear demister is staying on. That's a relief. Simple problem like that can obviously drain the battery fairly quickly. So it's another one of those things I'm going to have to stick on my list of things to do that I ain't got time for. Susie Sunshine. This'll work. This'll work fine. Battery's low on this one as well. I think that's what it is anyway. Oh, what's going on here? Am I trapped? Oh gosh, that is weird. Ah. Well, Susie Sunshine appears to be with a flat battery and flat enough for it to lock itself with me inside. And that's it. Will that one work? Yeah, that one does. Why has it done that then? Basically, the whole episode today is about flat batteries and cars that won't start. I suspect there must be some sort of drain on this battery as well, because that... I tell you what, that's the smoothest K-series I've ever heard. Well, not the smoothest, but definitely what. That's how it's supposed to sound, like that. So far then, 2 dead batteries, a parasitic drain or 2, and a hydrolock. That means now at 2 o'clock I can finally get down to the car that I've come here to do the job on in the first place. I think there's something fundamentally wrong with moving my cars around in this way, because it shouldn't take that long. Once I've got this car moved up there, I've got to put the other ones back down here, which means I've got the whole thing over again of drained batteries. The bit I definitely wasn't looking forward to is trying to get this started, because the L series doesn't like to start unless it's got a fully charged battery, and this one definitely doesn't have. So it's going to take an awful lot of encouragement from that big truck battery there just to get it going. May even not be enough. In fact, it probably won't be, but I'll leave it for 10 minutes anyway. I've left Rhonda's battery to continually consume energy from the big battery for about half an hour. The question is, will that be enough? Very surprised if it does. Alfie to the rescue! In the rain again! Personally, I end up not being much of a fan of the L series engine because of this kind of thing. Because that battery was quite good, but I can't keep all of them on charge. It's just really difficult to keep track of all of them. It's almost there. Almost. Not quite enough. Poor Alfie's interior getting all soaked as well. I don't want my car being soaked or with no petrol in it, because it's not got much left now. Look at all that, I'm soaked in here now. Now I wonder if that Top Don company, or any of them, they do one of those boosters. Ah, that's it, the name's Booster, isn't it? It's not Start a Dead Car, it's Booster. so it boosts the battery that you've already got. That's almost good enough, but not quite. I don't suppose there's anything that can start a car with a completely dead battery besides a completely full battery. Right, seriously now I'm beginning to get to the point where I'm going to give up. Taking my coat off because it's wet and sticking it down there. The carpet soaked the moisture up. That's not the car, that's a 4, is it? It's almost there though. Almost started a few times there. I'm going to just go and try it again, I think. I've literally picked the worst possible day I can do. I've picked the worst possible day for doing this kind of thing. I could have done. Well, I wasn't expecting it to rain like this, obviously. Balls, it's about to get worse. Look what I've gone and done. Hello, could I come in for a cup of tea? Oh. It wasn't my intention to even bring this car inside, but I know that the battery's not going to want it to start, so I can't leave it out the front there because I'll have a huge problem in the morning then. You know when you term a day as a washout? This has literally been a washout. So, in case you're curious, it is now 3 o'clock and I've still got 2 cars that are not going to start all by themselves to move back into their respective positions. Going to try this again because the battery has got a bit of charge in it now. But it's just occurred to me actually, you could literally have jump leads and a battery just in there for when your battery dies. Glad his battery's charged up a bit more. Yeah, hi mate, yeah. What, do you want me to tell you how my day's been without the use of profanities? I can't, it's possible. That for a day's work, eh? My task for the day was simple. It was to take 4 wheels off of one car and stick them on another. And so far, the achievement for the day is not a single wheel nut undone. I'm never going to have a less productive day than that, I reckon. What? You're useless, you are. Useless. Who asked for your opinion? It's time to take my keyboard home, I think. I'm not sure it's supposed to be smoking quite as badly as that. I'm not sure at all. You may wonder why I was driving it with the roof down in the rain. Or you may not be, but I'm going to tell you. You see, with all of that noise going on, having the roof up means that all the noise goes into the cabin. At least with the roof down, the roof essentially covers up some of the noise and it's not as horribly loud. Plus, you know, there's smoke coming inside the car because there's no engine cover. So I think that's a fairly good reason. I prefer to get a bit wet than get a bit poisoned. After the successful manoeuvre of the MGTF, so I can get the Ibiza out, my next job is this. The removal of this steering wheel and airbag from the steering column of a Rover R8. And look at that. That looks to me like, do you remember those old wine bottle openers that look like skeletons? That's what that looks like.